Hello and welcome back to my channel. Things are feeling a little fiery and hot today. That's right. In today's video, I'll be showing you the process for Lina from Dota 2. I'm pretty sure most of you are familiar with the game or at least heard of it before, but if you haven't, it's a multiplayer online game where you can pick the character to play with. Lina's abilities centers around the fire element, which is why her hair also seems to be glowing like fire. While it is possible to try and make it glow with LED lights, that was something I had not tried before with my wig, so I wanted to do something else to emulate that fiery effect. So let me walk you through my thought process for this one. I started off by sectioning the bottom half of the wig and trimming some of it away, leaving some hair below that will be glued onto the bottom of the wire structure later. Then, I decided to remove all the hair from the top half because Lina's parting is a little towards the side, plus I'll be building some volume for her bangs later. When I work, I usually have a rough plan in mind, then I just go along with the flow with fingers crossed that it will turn out exactly as I envision. Most of the time this works, but sometimes I may have to troubleshoot midway to make it work. And look at my cat trying to get my attention in the background. Here's how the wire structure looks. I've roughly covered all over it with a thin layer of hair. From here on, I'm slowly gluing back on the hair wefts that were removed from the top earlier. I know it's kind of funny how I just removed everything a moment ago, yet I'm attaching everything back. But trust me, I know what I'm doing. You can also see here that I've added volume to the front of the bangs with some air dry foam clay. They are really cheap and lightweight, plus you can sculpt them into however shape you want it to be, so it's really handy. The downside is that it takes a whole day to fully dry, so if you're in a rush, this might not be the best solution. Oh, and I didn't film it, but how I glued the hair on the bottom onto the wire structure is by removing the mannequin from the stand, flipping it upside down and slowly gluing the hair onto the bottom. It's already very tricky to do so it's even harder to capture it in the right angles on camera. Now that the hair has been attached, I'm trimming layers all over the base structure. There weren't much references for this, but I thought it would look better with more layering and textures for the wig, so I'm adding these personal touches. Basically, I'm just trimming, thinning out the ends, and heat styling it to curve outwards at the tips, building each layer one by one so that it overlaps in tiers. And I also set everything with a stronghold hairspray because I'll be airbrushing the entire wig later. To do any airbrushing, since it's blowing out strong air pressure, to get the hair to stay in place, I always fix it down with hairspray first, because we don't want the hair to fly everywhere. I left some bits by the side of the face to be more flowy so there isn't any wire structure beneath. These pieces were trimmed in similar fashion as the rest of the hair to blend them in, with these less structured pieces by the side of the face and also those layering above the wire structure. This makes the wig look less stiff, as the goal here is to make it seem like it's floating just like Lina's hair in the game. And here we have the base wig done. You can also see that I've built a good hairline in front for the bangs. Up till this wig, I've done airbrushing before, but it's usually for some gradient on the tips, adding dimensions like root shadowing and also stenciling design on the wig, but never have I airbrushed an entire wig like this. Mixing the color and applying them onto the wig took me 2 days to complete. I usually use Molo color, but at some point I ran out of them and had to replace it with acrylics. I find acrylic paints to be less smooth, so it took a while to thin out the paint into the right consistency for airbrushing. Also, I should explain why I decided to use a yellow base and put myself through this instead of getting an orange wig or dyeing ombre tones before I style it. So, when I first saw Lina's design, I thought, what could I do to create that fiery tone? With colours, it's always easier to build it up from a lighter tone, which is why I picked the yellow. And for organic element like fire, if I dye it ombre, I wouldn't be able to control exactly where I want the highlights and shadows to be to create the dimensions I want. And to create that depth, I use a blend of orange, reds and browns to create this unique tone. I started off with the bottom layer, then slowly worked my way up. I actually airbrushed the bottom of the wig already by removing it from the mannequin and laying it down on the floor to do so. Then I just went back in to touch up on the tips. I continued by letting down hair pieces and only airbrushing the top surface. When airbrushing onto something like this, the paint is only going on the surface. It's different from dyeing a wig where every fiber is coated evenly with the dye. This is also why setting it with strong hairspray just now was important to keep each pieces in place even after flipping them around. For the top pieces, as per the reference, I left more yellow bits showing up to match the design. After 4 days of work, lots of hairspray and colouring, here's the final look of the wig. If I am to be honest, the camera doesn't even capture the true colours and dimension that this wig has in real life. The colours really pop and would capture attention from far away. And despite all the wire and layering, this wig is still pretty lightweight. You can see some photos of my client with the wig on at the end of this video. So if you enjoyed watching the process of making wigs like this, hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more. I post lots of process videos and wig tutorials, plus I have even more exciting videos planned for this year. You're also welcome to check out my socials link below if you'd like to see more of my works and get the latest updates. Thank you for watching and I'll see you next week with a new video.